G'day everyone, welcome back to the final day of the week's raid tournament in PuzzleCombat. It is, as I mentioned, day 5 of the Charged Attack 5-star no red tournament. So yeah, quick recap on how we've gone so far. So we've had 2 losses, one of which was a flea on day 2 when I was just running out of time. I forgot to do my hits until it was almost too late. And the other one was a loss against Fearless Phantom. I feel I got a little bit unlucky in that hit, but it is what it is. We ended up with the loss. And there's nothing we can do about it at this stage. Defense-wise, my defense team is still A grade, so we had B grade on day 1 and A grade ever since. So we're up to 75% win rate, which means we're going to have to lose probably like 3 defenses in a row, which is possible but unlikely, I think, at this stage in the tournament. So to recap my defense team, just jump on down to the description. There's a link to day 1, which is where I go over it with my thoughts on why I've put what I've put where. So yeah, without too much further ado, let's jump into the day's battles, and we are starting off with a Season 2 Bonanza. That's a lot, thanks Chris. Let's just go, I suppose. Let's see what happens. So we're looking for either green tiles or purple tiles to sort of keep progressing this this team. So I think I might take this double match because it gets me a fair way towards getting all my greens charged. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Bit of a waste of greens, but that's okay. Who do we get targeted? Just 2. That's okay. I can live with 2. If we'd had... Oh, of course, we got the family bonus proccing. That's fantastic. Evade, but no resistance or prevention of the ailments. So that's good. So we've got the... what's it called out on everyone? The mindless attack out on everyone. So we can sort of toss some tiles around with a little bit of impunity at this stage. And I'm just going to give their charge blocks and healing back because I would like to keep charging Nima if I'm allowed to, please. And this should be pretty well a kill on... yeah, I think we do the left side, and then I'll use... Dragon Fist to stop Vision from shooting. Dump tiles onto Amethyst. Try and get her to charge. Amethyst is a little bit of an interesting choice on this tournament format. For those of you that watched my review video of her, you would know that she actually cops a speed nerf in this tournament format. She goes from 68 speed down to 65. And the double Emerald is interesting as well, because Emerald only picks up a single speed improvement, which is not hugely ideal, all things considered. Ting Tong Thilau, I guess. Hypernova Tank, double, may as well keep going. So yeah, the choice was a little bit interesting. Yes, they are all by and large stronger because they're new Season 2 heroes, but I don't know. For the speed tournament, maybe not the best choices, but whatever. I'm sure it's actually a pretty decent defense, all things considered. So, can I get her Sapphire to charge? I don't think I can in time. Alright, let's just do this and start dropping more tile. Maybe I should have waited a turn before casting and stealing the buffs, but that's okay. Ooh, the Shell Shock, we lost it. That's unfortunate. Oh well, you guys can all get mindless attacked. We've got a resist on the left side, so we might just drop the charge control there just to keep Vision under wraps. Doesn't really matter where it goes at this stage. Probably should have targeted Vision again, I guess, to keep him under wraps, but that's alright. We'll make it work, I think, from here. Dragon Fist should charge off his passive charge generation, which will trigger the mindless attack, and he Shell Shocked himself. That's even better. Shell Shock's great when it's not happening on you, but pretty painful if it is coming the other direction. And there we go. 2 from 2. Not a bad start. Top 1% already. So, alright, so I'll just show a little bit what I was meaning by those speed bonuses. So, charged attack takes you from your base speed to 65, regardless of what it is. So in the case of Amethyst, she is wrongly showing 70 speed here. I don't like how they do this, but she's 68 speed. So she's actually going from that base speed down to 65. Now, I say this is wrongly represented because Small Giant Games, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to display speed on heroes' cards, factoring in the class talent. But the class talent doesn't actually affect speed, like charge speed. It changes the charge generation. And yes, there is actually a very key difference to that. No, it doesn't always make a difference, but it does change how weapons interact. So putting a +9 weapon on this doesn't make her 79 speed. No, it makes her 77 speed with a 4% speed node on top. So I don't like how they represent it, but that's a whole different thing. I think it's actually very misleading because it's not how the mechanic works at all. But anyway, as I was saying, Amethyst goes down in speed. Sidestep gets no change in speed. I don't think that that's correct. I think that's, again, a different one. So I think she goes from 64 up to 65. Emerald goes from 60 up to 65. Doodle gets a big improvement, and Vision gets only a minor improvement. So overall on this team, you've got 3 heroes that get a minor improvement to speed, 1 that actually gets a reduction in speed, and 1 that gets a decent one. Compare that to my attack team, and you've got Vinaya, who's going from 42 to 65. Dragon Fist, who's going 57. Nima, who's going 46 to 65. And Krampus, who's going 53 up to 65. So generally speaking, the heroes that you really want to be using on these defenses are the ones that are going to get big speed bonuses. Generally speaking, of course, there are exemptions to that, situations where that is completely irrelevant, and there are faster heroes which still function really, really well in spite of not getting the speed bonus, or as much of a speed bonus. I just don't think that Amethyst is necessarily one of those heroes, nor do I think that probably Emerald is, but that's alright. I'm going to hold off on using my second Vinaya, just because the left-hand side is completely charge stopped from Emerald already, and so I don't really need to cast the second one. So I'll just wait and see. Now I'll cast it on that left side. This should regenerate everyone's mindless attack again. Yep. So we can refresh it on you two, friends. And then we'll just keep dropping tiles out, I guess. So this is a different mindless attack strategy that I've sort of employed this time compared to what I normally do. In most of my other fights so far, I've just been indiscriminately pumping out the mindless attack on all enemies to keep them all charge blocked. Whereas this time I've been a little bit more strategic, I guess, with when and where I'm actually using the charge, the mindless attack. And that's mainly because I got a little bit of a nice start where I could be a bit selective about it, courtesy of Krampus returning the charge block ailment from Emerald. So this should just about do it. So there we go. 3 wins from 3 attacks. This team has turned out to be pretty effective in offense, and we've got the same defense this second time around. So hopefully we get the same treatment on it. Not quite the same. Last time I had a little bit more by way of purple tiles. So we'll just see how this one plays out a bit. I am going to leave the yellows for a second because there's going to be a waste of yellow tiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a chance, and we kind of worked out. I was hoping not to have all of the yellow tiles trigger off the board, to be completely honest, but we didn't get that scenario happen. Instead, we got, a second yellow grenade, so it's not totally wasted, but it would have been better if we'd been able to hold on to a lot of those yellow tiles for a second time around. As it is, we're still going to get a decent amount of yellows when we do eventually pop that grenade. But yeah, it could have been better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Purples are gone. Greens are all gone. I've still got some yellows on the board, but we'll finish this fight without going into dip them out. So, all right, same defense, same result. Always a bit interesting when you face the same defense team twice in a row. Yeah. All right, last fight. One Zagortane. I don't know. From Folgore. Which was, where were they? Italian. That's right. So, a Yumi tank, I think that's the variant. No, it's the normal version. That's very interesting. I don't know why you'd use the normal version over the variant, but that's okay. I'll take it. And then triple yellows. How do we want to play this one? I could swap Nima out for a purple, but there's not really any purple healers that are worth popping in. Dragon Fist I don't want to take away because I like having the charge control on a different element as well. This is a bit of a nasty board, to be honest. That suggested move might actually be the best option to be... Not that it really progressed us anywhere, but... maybe we do this. Followed by this. Ayumi's going to fire. There's not too much I can really do about that. Just going to have to hope for a Shell Shock talent or two. We got one Shell Shock. Ooh, how did Nima die from there? That was an awful lot of damage that Nima took in a very short period of time. Shell Shock? No Shell Shock. That's unfortunate. This one's not going very pleasantly, in complete honesty. Just not getting what I need. That was some good dodges. I'll take those dodges. Alright, so Mindless Attack is not going to proc on the yellow heroes. So we're in it really just for damage off them at this point. One gone. Or two, rather, I should say. Sidestep's going to kill two more. So, yeah. Not much left on this fight. Not really anything I can do. There we go. As predicted, two more gone. And purple buff is up, so this is not doing much. Yeah. I'm not really sure how Nima took so much damage so quickly. I wasn't really paying attention, to be completely honest, so yeah. Losing your healer is hard. It's very hard to recover when you've got no healer in the fight, so at least it's not a 0-pointer. 126 is not a good finish, but it is a finish, so we did finish top 1%. It'll take a little bit for the leaderboard to refresh with where my final position is, but at the moment I'm 36th, but yeah, I'm not sure if it'll stay there or if it's still calculating my final attack. But even if it hasn't done it yet, it's not going to be too much higher. 130, so that puts us at 500-ish, so maybe 24th, 25th at best. But yeah, not a bad finish realistically for a tournament where we lost 3 attacks. 2 of them 0-pointers, which is even more impressive to finish so high up. But yeah, I'll take that, to be honest. I don't really particularly care or matter where it finishes on the leaderboard or anything like that. There's no value to finishing anywhere between number 1 and whatever the cutoff is on 1%. Realistically, like, you get the same loot, and loot rolls whether you're first or last person in. There we go, 27th. It was taking a little bit to calculate it, so yeah, as expected, not much higher, but yeah. So yeah, loot-wise, it's going to be trash. It never is any good. There's like, what, a 2% chance to get anything decent? Yeah, 2% chance for a 5-star promotion mat, which is freaking horrendous. Yeah, I don't think in my entire history of playing PuzzleCombat or Empires and Puzzles, I ever have seen a 5-star map. So, yeah, whatever. Realistically, it's about the emblems, so hopefully we get that 25% chance for the 100 emblems. But anyway, that's the end of this tournament as far as the battles are concerned. So hopefully your tournament went well also. Yeah, if it didn't, commiserations. If it did, congratulations. But until next week, I will pretty well be signing off, I think. I've got maybe a war hit that'll come from this weekend. But yeah, as I said, I've got a bit going on RL. So some of the content with regards to hero review videos particularly is just being scaled back for a couple weeks. So yeah, anyway, that's all I got for today. Good luck, everyone. I am off to bed, so have fun, good luck, happy gaming. Cheers, bye.